how is everyone? I'm Raquel SSG, and we have more Kitty and Mikey.
Yay!
And Mikey's in the chat says good evening to everyone in the chat. And hello, Philip Blair. Hey, long time no see. How are you doing?
Oh yeah, hi Phil. How's it going?
Mm. Or Philip. Philip, same thing.
Well, I
Yeah.
always call my brother Phil, so I mean he's Philip, but I call him Phil, so
Yeah.
I don't think he
Well,
minds.
says greetings.
Greetings.
Mm-hmm. A little bit a little bit tired, but I'm not trying to fall asleep too early, or else I'm gonna wake up like at 3 o'clock in the morning if I do. Like I don't want to do that.
Don't want to do that, sweetie.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Frosty B, Rocks Insights, how are you? Having a cup of Joe? That's good.
Yeah, that does sound good. Even though I
Yeah,
don't drink coffee.
I don't really drink coffee either, so like I'll have a glass of orange juice. Uh, depends if I want it though. And well, I Philip Blair says I'm literally eating ice cubes. Oh, well, trying to cool off.
Oh
Yes,
wow.
it's definitely the dog days of summer. So yeah, definitely try to stay cool and hydrate.
Yeah. Well, this latest hurricane that we had, Beryl, um,
Right.
the other day, uh, the remnants of the storm front that came from the hurricane originally did reach us up here in Toronto. We had major storms yesterday, lots of rain, not much thunder and lightning, but just mostly thunderstorm. Um, that was pretty much it. I mean, but we got to like we're expecting rains this weekend, but it is so freaking humid. I mean, it feels
It
like
is.
summer
It
and
is
like
freaking
winter
humid.
goes through.
It is freaking humid in Texas right now. It's 88
Yeah.
degrees like right now, which is it could be better. Um, but uh, well, we're having air quality alert right now. Um, and
Wow.
yeah, it's going to be in the upper 90s all week and humid and like hell no, I'm staying inside.
Yeah, I'm back.
And like I do not want to go into outside. I don't want to go outside feeling like I'm like in a sauna room.
I know. I mean, if there's one thing that living for 18 months in Oklahoma taught me was the humidity. Even after you take a shower, you come out of the shower and you're still covered in sweat because the humidity immediately hits you as soon as you come out of your bathroom.
Yeah, like
It's
you're
like
in like a
I don't
nice
go
cool
anywhere.
area. Like you're in like inside, like for example, I'm in the bookstore, and there's AC and nice and cool. Immediately you open that door, just heat it, but you're just blasted with humidity and
Oh
heat in
yeah.
your face. I'm like, ugh. It's like I would have shut the door at that point.
Yeah, yeah. My wife just said that when you get out, the way the humidity is up here is when you get out, it feels like the crab legs are your legs in steam, right? Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Cold
in
shower
steam.
season.
Cold showers. Yeah,
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah,
yeah. So it's yeah. Some
yeah.
people will take like I'm daring myself one of these days to take a very cold bath because we don't take showers. Suzanne and I we take baths, so I want to take a very cold bath
Yeah.
if it gets too hot,
Yeah,
and
since
it will.
it's so hot right now, you know, um, with pets, make sure they're properly sheltered and like getting water and stuff like that, and also be careful with their paws because the road and concrete can get so hot it will burn their paws.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, so make sure
Yeah,
they're
I
like
tell. Yeah,
so I would just like I don't know if you have some kind of boots, or little shoes for your little dog or cat or whatever.
yeah.
Make sure that you protect your paws in this extreme heat we're going through right now.
Ice bath.
Yep, ice
Well,
bath. Penguin Ice
I
Bath.
love your I love your thinking, Phil. I really do. I love your thinking.
Mhm.
That's yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how people, like, this time of year can even handle or even deal with going to the amusement park this time of year.
I don't know. It's it's impossible. I can only imagine the people over in California. They got the Knott's Berry Farm still there, and Universal Studios, and then of course there's Magic Mountain. Man, I can't even imagine, like, because it can get up to 100 degrees inland in inland California,
Right.
even with the Santa Ana winds. So I can't even imagine people going on one of those big, huge roller coasters with
I
100
like
degrees. It's like,
yeah,
oh
like
my
I
god,
like you like what to me, in my opinion, going to an amusement park this time of year when it's so hot, to me
yeah,
is freaking miserable. It's like you're not really enjoying yourself, and you're standing in line for God knows how long, drinking water and having those little mini fans blowing your face, which is somewhat helps, but you're absolutely miserable because you just want to enjoy yourself and you really can't because because of the freaking heat and the
yeah,
humidity. And like for me, if I wanted to go to a music park ride, it would be like spring or fall, not during the summer.
yeah. That's a good point, Phil. Too, of course, when they used to have the Splash Mountain ride over there at Disneyland, and
Yep, water
yeah, if
rides
we
with
didn't,
cold
yeah, go
go ahead.
ahead.
Water rides with cold water would be all right without long lines. Yeah,
I
that would
agree.
be that would be nice.
Yeah.
Um, but also, yeah, like I remember, I was like the last week of my trip at Walt Disney World with my friend, and it was starting to really get hot. And I remember, like, I had I did a little shopping, and they were just like little like plastic shopping bags. I'm not kidding you. Of course, I was holding on to that shopping bag for basically the whole day. It was a light shopping bag, and I'm not kidding you. It was so hot and so humid. The dye off the plastic bag was staining my hands.
Yeah, it was running into your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a good
That's
thing the
how
plastic bag itself didn't melt into your skin.
Jesus. Yeah, that's how how uncomfortably hot it was.
Yeah, no, because I had that happen one time. It was so hot outside in Arizona, uh, that literally, I mean, I was holding on to this plastic bag which had stuff. The plastic bag broke, and I dropped most of my stuff that was in the bag because the heat had just burned through the bag, and it
Oh my god.
hand and my arm, and went into the street, and I
Oh
couldn't
my
believe it. I
gosh.
only carried it for like a few minutes. I was just getting back to my apartment, and I just remember it was one of the hottest days on record, and all of a sudden it just
Dang.
got felt like it completely melted, like there was nothing.
Right.
Oh,
Uh, Speaking of Walt Disney World, or you know, yeah, I saw something about the haunted mansion. Um, how what's he? Something
you're talking
about
about
it.
the one in Florida, right? Yeah,
Yeah, the one in Florida. Duh, duh, duh,
yeah.
duh, duh. Yeah, this is this is in okay, not Disney World, Disneyland, the
Oh,
for haunted mansion of the
in LA.
spirited metamorphosis of for the haunted mansion is now underway. Will be let's see the it says the additions will be built on story and lore of the haunted mansion. The new grounds will immerse guests in enchanting theme, as well as new retail shopping. Um, so there seems like they're updating stuff like the haunted, like in the haunted mansion and stuff like that. There was something else. Um, I saw um about that. There were some changes, like there were like
Well, there's
questionable or something like that.
Well, there's stories that I don't know if you might have already watched it on YouTube, but there's a story about Walt Disney, the spirit himself, who like roams the grounds
Mhm.
at night, and sometimes he's like right around the haunted mansion area. And I was thinking that if they're going to update the haunted mansion, and if they know for sure that Walt Disney's spirit is still haunting it, why don't they give the park attendees, the customers, actual monitors that they can maybe walk into the mansion, and if they feel like Disney's there, they could talk to him and go, "Hey, Walt, what's up?" Or speak to us or say something. I think that'd be cool. It would be a bit more realistic, having some paranormal devices, because we all know that Disneyland is haunted, not just by him, but by a lot of other spirits.
Right. So, here you go. So, the updated changes they're gonna do the haunted mansion in Disneyland,
Yeah,
is sparking, you know, rumors and controversy about this potential change to this iconic scene, um, which which is the iconic stretching room scene.
yeah,
Apparently, according to rumors and speculation and the conversation around it, they might be getting rid of that scene in the ride.
yeah. Because it wouldn't be PC, and
Mm.
and Suzanne, yeah, and Suzanne brought up a good point too. She said that because there have been some incidents of people dying on Disneyland property, but then they were nicely covered up, over the years. Maybe if they did design something like that, similar to what I just mentioned about in Haunted Mansion, they probably won't do it. They won't go through with it because then it would prove to park customers that somebody actually, yeah, I know, Latitude 33, Phil. Yeah. Because that's why they call it the Club 33. Yeah, Arizona summers are too hot. I agree.
Yes, especially in Texas, definitely in the south of the USA part. Disneyland is on latitude 33. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one part of the of latitude longitude, and because it's on that kind of latitude spot, that's why they have this place called Club 33, which is supposed to be for the elite. It takes over a couple years to even make a reservation in their restaurant. And if you want to be a part of that club, you've got to make like serious, serious money. I mean, you have to be like practically a billionaire and above, I think, even to get membership in their club. Uh, and the wait time is forever. So, yeah, yeah,
Walter
exactly.
Bosley wrote a book about paranormal Disneyland called Latitude 33.
Yeah,
Ah. Well, both amusement parks have a really long history of unfortunate accidents. I mean,
hmm,
every amusement park in the U.S.,
yeah,
one reason or another have unfortunately tragic accidents, which is really sad. But
yeah,
there are also maybe just a little both of Walt Disney World and Disneyland. There are stories of paranormal things going on, but it's really up to you, you guys, if you really wanted to believe that, if that you know a ghostly entities walking around the streets of those two amusement parks at midnight.
no, no,
No, he has a spooky story about the carousel where it used to be in Disneyland.
yes.
Hmm.
I also have a scary story about the story of America. America Sings, where that one young lady who was that worked for the park, she got caught in between two of those scenes with animatronic characters and got killed, and her spirit is supposedly still haunting Disneyland. Yeah, I've got that too, Phil. Believe me, there's a number of tragic stories that have happened at both theme parks actually. Uh,
I
there's that
I
one where
know
the
there
kid
was
got,
like
yeah.
I do, but I think it was at the oh, what is that ride? I'm trying to figure remember. It was something the future of progress or something like that. Was the future of
Oh, the Ride of Tomorrow, was it in
no.
Tomorrowland?
Yeah, the carousel of progress.
Yeah,
Um, sadly and unfortunately, some woman, got caught between the because you're sitting there, but you're sitting in the chair, but you're like I think not the scene itself, but the chairs that you're sitting in. It's like a
yeah,
carousel, and it's slowly moving to each scene. What I can remember, the woman was in that she got caught between the the place where the room of chairs was moving between that
yeah,
wall, and she got crushed
right. Yeah,
quite
similar to what
sadly.
happened, like I said, between the lady with America Sings, where the panels, okay, the panels where they have, the animatronic Lincoln was talking, and they have another thing where they had another scene where they had bears that were talking to something, and she was like right in between. She was a worker, and she was like, the guide, and she was right in between, and you can hear her screams when she's getting crushed in between the scene changing with the panels and everything moving. So yeah, very both tragic scenes, very tragic incidents. Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, ride accidents. Yes, James. And welcome, James. Hey, hey, how you
Disney
doing?
gets no more of my time or money. Right accident? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Disney theme parks, any theme park you can think of, does have like sad, unfortunate accidents.
a lot of them. Yeah,
Yeah, or movie accident, but similar.
but right. Yeah,
Yeah, I heard like uh this is World War after all is supposedly haunted too.
it is. Also, Pirates of the Caribbean ride is haunted because they did use actual, uh, you know, uh, yeah, actual dead people, their skeletons, their bodies were actually used as some of the skeletons in the ride itself.
Why?
They
That
took
is
them
like,
from
why do you have
morgues
to
and
use
everything.
skeletons? Like you can get like a like have you seen those skeletons at the health class? You can get those. They're fake. You
Yeah,
can still you can. I don't see what's the like I mean I get it. What the skeleton look really realistic, but you can get a plastic skeleton and some art supplies to make it realistic. You don't have to get a real freaking skeleton.
yeah, but that's how Disney is. Particularly, I call them sadistic because using actual you know bodies that were sold for science, whatever, and then they've their flesh has been melted off over time and everything, and
I
yeah,
don't- like I have heard stories people like going on the haunted mansion and
yes,
throwing their loved one's ashes on the ride, and what's the result of that? The employees just vacuum the ashes and throw them away.
yeah, they use a system. It starts with an H. I can't remember the name of it particularly, but it is some kind of specialty vacuum system that sucks up all their ash. It's literally disgracing your relatives' memories that you cremated them in the first place to honor them, and
Hmm.
then you dump them in a park ride like you know Pirates of the Caribbean or even Small World, and then they have to go. Disney has to go and use a specialty vacuum just to suck those people up. I mean, those are your friends, your family, relatives that died. I have
like
issues with that. I really do. Seriously.
it is private property. Like, even though it's public to go there, it is private property. So to like, I would not recommend it. You know what I mean?
I think
It's
it's
not just
weird.
it's not a good idea.
I think it's very weird.
Oh yes.
In
So
particular, Disney heterosexual Caucasian males not hired. Well, my currency is welcome elsewhere. Philip says, "Would you want to work at Disney Park?"
God no.
No, no, thank you.
I am
no,
not
no.
a
Um,
good people person.
Never been to those. Used to go to Cedar Point, a Sandusky, Ohio day trip, long day trip, but it can be done. I never been to Cedar Point. I would like to go there like one of these days, but not during the summer. Prior to the shutdown, Boblo Island. What's Bobo
Yeah, I don't know where
Island?
that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I have no idea. Disneyland in California has full-time employees sleeping in cars because some can't afford even modest housing. Uh, Better places to work. Oh my gosh.
I
Uh,
agree.
Philip says, I wanted to go to Cedar Point when I was little. Mm.
Yeah, I only
Bob
know
Lowe. Sorry,
Pablo.
Bob Lowe. I must have said it wrong. Sorry. No, I never heard of Bob Lowe Island.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly mention one of my friends. I'll just give her first name, Anne Marie. She did work for Disney for a little bit. In their singing, group and everything like that. She was an employee, um, but she realized that when she was there, uh, she felt that they didn't really appreciate her for her talent because she's a very good singer. She was great in our choir at high school, the high school I went to back in Phoenix. She was very good in drama. She did a lot of other talents, uh, and I guess when she said she worked for Disney, she was just underappreciated. And she says, I could do better than this. So she was one of the lucky ones. She got out before things got worse. And now she's very happily, you know, singing and enjoying life in Tennessee. And yeah, I'm happy for her. I'm glad she got out of there because, she didn't say they were evil. She said they were, at the time that she went in. Of course, this is about
It's
20 some
like,
odd years ago.
like how can I
But
say it? If you really want to work for Disney, especially with theme parks, or portray as I don't know, Cinderella, there is like very high standard quality you'll have to meet, which can be seen a bit unfair and cruel, but that's how high a standard these employees have to meet if they really want to work with Disney, because
oh yeah,
the demand for that, it's quite high.
yeah, it's the demand, right? Exactly. Well, their demand for talent is very I guess the best word is eclectic. So when Anne Marie got into it, like she realized, yeah, they really need talented people because the lack of thereof was just abysmal. She said, and
Mm.
for her, it was just it was more of a transition. She says, "Hey, I can say, with all modicum of respect, I worked for Disney and I did what I was supposed to do, and I felt like, I didn't want to be trapped. I didn't want to be typecast." For the rest of my life. So then I moved on and transitioned, and she moved to a better place. And I mean, she's in Nashville, near Nashville, in Tennessee, and she's happily singing and having fun, and she's a member of the Grammy Country Music Grammy committees, one of their committees. So yeah, she's very
Sweet.
happy about it. Yeah,
James says it's an island between Detroit and Windsor. All right. Oh, I have to look it
yeah,
up. Been closed for decades, but it has its own gimmick of a boat ride to and from the island. Mm. If it is sad that to hear like some places close down. Like my favorite like amusement theme park near my family's hometown. it closed down a couple of years ago, and I was really sad to hear that. Like, I loved going to that place when I was a lot younger. Absolutely loved it, but I haven't been there in a long time.
Well, I just remember back in the day, two of my two of my favorite theme parks was in California. Was Knott's Berry Farm. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I've been to Disneyland, but I mean, and Universal Studios was cool. But I mean, Disneyland wasn't all that was cracked up to be, but it was okay. It was fun for the time. I was just a very little kid, whatever.
Hmm.
But the one place I really enjoyed the most, and we had it for a while before they closed it down, was called Legend City. And I just remember going there when I was a kid, and it was so much fun. And my parents loved taking us kids there because for us in Arizona, it was like a miniature Disneyland. And you could ride horses, you could do other things, interact with petting zoo. It was just so much fun. And, they even had a little zoo on there where you could, look at the creatures of the desert, all this. And then you had these guys that were called Wallace and Ladmo. They were the best comedians of their time, best duo of their time. They had the longest running TV show for 35 years in Arizona. And they would go there and entertain and, went to a few of their shows and, met one of them. And I just thought it's just so much fun. But yeah, they closed it down several years ago. And I was heartbroken. It was our own personal, it was fun because we had our own personal, theme park, Legend City, and then it was just gone. So, and
Aw.
even the water parks, I mean, even the water parks don't even suffice anymore. There was this one place called Big Surf, that's gone. Uh, there's this one other water park, I think it's called Water World, and it's like all the way over uh, far western part of outside of Phoenix. It's in another place just out north of Glendale, but it's so isolated. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they took away a lot of things. I mean, Arizona's not all about the Grand Canyon National Park. There,
Yeah,
there,
like
there's
my
supposed to be other things, to see. But they're making improvements steadily. They do have, let's see, they've got an odd aquarium, which is similar to the one we have here in Toronto, which is down there now, out just outside of Scottsdale. They have a butterfly aquarium. It has the bees in there, butterflies. It's like a museum. And then they got a water park. They just finished building there, they said. So, yeah, I tell you, I wouldn't recognize a lot of the state going back now if I went to see my folks. So it's crazy.
Mhm. I tried to look up, like, let's see, it was see, like, let me see if I can find it.
Eh, yeah, Phil, if
Um,
Wally World really existed, I'd want to go too, man.
aha, I found it. It's called Fennessy Island in Buffalo, New York, which was permanently closed. A couple of years ago, and like in 2020, it closed down after 60 years, nearly 60 years.
Wow.
It was quite sad to hear that. It was
Yeah.
my one of my favorite amusement park where I used to go to when I was like
Uh,
with my extended family.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I,
know.
I know it's saddening. It really is
It
just
it
to see an
is.
icon. Yeah. It's like I said, Legend City for us was like an icon, and when it disappeared, we were just.
It's my childhood, man. That theme
That's
park
my
was my
childhood
well,
too.
it
Yeah,
is. Philip Blair says Cedar Point used to have several world records for roller coasters.
yeah,
Woohoo!
they did. Yeah.
Uh, Mouse Vader, LOL. I don't have the abs to play Prince Charming, LOL. Jay says, "Oh yeah, you could
Oh, you're
probably
divorcing
ride
me.
the Gemini 100 times in a day if you wanted, since newer rides get much more demand and glory these days, unless it's been replaced." Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Uh, Esseni, welcome. Evening. How are you?
Hi,
Uh,
insanity.
Philip Blair says he wants to go to Wally World.
Yeah,
James says that's not just the parks; it's a corporation-wide hiring practices.
it
Agreed.
is.
Nobody can make it profitable? Question mark, says Philip. Jane says, heard of Knott's Berry Farm, never been.
Yeah, you missed a
Hmm.
lot there, James. They had, you know what was one of the most fun things about Knott's Berry Farm was because you could make the Knott's jams and jellies there because the actual place for the distribution place that they made it was fresh and on site, and they even had their own farmers market, which was set up in the park. So while you did all the rides and stuff, the kids do all the rides, the parents could go down and shop and get very good jams and jellies and other creations from Knott's at very decent prices back then. And that was
Hmm.
so much fun. I mean, we did that park twice. I mean, that was fun. Yeah.
And Sanity, welcome says he's doing all right. Mm, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Phil
Philip
likes berries.
says, Philip Blair says that he likes berries. I do
Yeah.
too, especially blueberry muffins and Pop
Oh,
Tarts.
yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
yes. Well,
So
my wife just made some homemade raspberry jam. I mentioned to Miss Raquel and Moira 2 weeks ago, and yeah, we still have some left. Just so good, just so good.
so
Yeah.
since we were like talking about like music parks, uh, let's look at this list: 10 best amusement parks in America.
Oh,
All right,
cool.
first one is Dollywood at Pigeon
Pigeon
Forge,
Forge. Yep,
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Mhm.
Favorite that's located in the Great Smoky Mountain area. Of course, it's named after the one and only Dolly Parton. If you're a country music fan, this is a must-see stop. Even if you aren't a huge country music listener, it's a great initial amusement park. Um, I know my folks took me and my sister to Dollywood a long time ago when we were just like toddlers or not really actually not really toddlers. um I think we were like like maybe 5 or 6 years old, somewhere between there. So
Yeah,
but I wouldn't even remember it though, but I know from what my parents told me, they did took me and my sister there at one point.
is it Tony
um
from Tennessee that's been there? Tony Lockhart. Who's that?
9, Kings Island, Manson, Ohio. Kings Island theme park is a bit off the radar, but it's a great park. It's known for not only its amusement park, but it's also its fantastic water park. Kings Island features a range of roller coasters, Planet Snoopy for kids, and more. Eh, not really a good picture, but oh well.
Yeah, it's too bad that they the places just don't provide a good enough feature. And I was going to mention quickly about Dollywood because,
Well, go
yeah,
ahead.
Phil, because we could go. We have a friend. Her name is Jude. She's been there. It's if you overlook some of the overgrown trees and some of the plants and things that are part because you just saw the picture of it, so that doesn't really reveal most of like the expansion of the park itself. But if you overlook some of that overgrowth, yeah, it's a very fun park, and Jude said she spent a long time there. So, and she said, yes,
Sweet.
if you ever get a chance to be in Tennessee and you visit us, yeah, we'll take you there. We'll take you to Dollywood. I that is on my bucket list. I'd love to see that park, and
Mm,
and to meet Miss Dolly Parton if I could. She's still breathing.
right.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right, number 8, Legoland, Carlsbad, California.
Oh
Legoland
yeah,
is simply legendary. Whoever had the idea to make an entire amusement park dedicated to Legos is a genius. The amusement park will offers fun rides, live entertainment, and more. You'll find Legoland Water Park too. Oh, nice! Really, a good place for kids.
yeah. My nephew and nieces have been there. Yep, in Legoland. Their parents took them. So yeah, they had fun. They did. They enjoyed it.
Sweet.
You can even build your own stuff. Here's the best part about that too. I think they give you interactive booths that you can create your own Legoland, creations or masterpieces, and you can take them home. Like you build them right there, you can take them right home. That no cost. You can just build it yourself, even if it's like a little miniature plane or truck or something. Yeah,
Mm,
you just take it home. Yeah, it's
all
fun.
right. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Virginia. Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, Virginia is one of those parks that you just hear about a lot. I feel like I've been hearing about it since I was a little kid, but I've never been there. Uh, Busch Gardens is known for extremely beautiful and scenic, which is rare for an amusement park. So it has beautiful sceneries. Um, yeah, I never heard like I have heard of Busch Gardens before. Um, I think don't they have like a like a restaurant though? Huh?
Yeah, I think they do have, if I'm not mistaken, if I recall correctly, they do have a former Busch Gardens in San Jose, California, near where they have the haunted Winchester Mystery House.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
around the same
Yeah,
area.
Busch Gardens it does have restaurants. Okay,
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
yeah, I thought so. Um, all right, 6 Knott's Berry Farm. My
Buena Park.
Buena, thank you, Mikey. Buena
You're
Park,
welcome.
California. Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California is another spot that I had a pleasure of visiting when I was a kid. My family took me to California to see my aunt, and we went to not only Disneyland but also Knott's Berry Farm. The amusement park was more than 165 rides, attractions, and more. They have fun holiday and Halloween events.
Yes, the
Nice.
Halloween event I heard about Knott's Ferry Farm. This was later on, though. Not when we were there, um, twice. But later on, they have these paranormal tours now. So every time, right around Halloween time, because of some of the spirits that inhabit Buena Park's, I should say, Cedar side of the town, uh, they will let you, with the monitors, the whole bit, whole 9 yards. They'll let you walk trails inside the park that where these people had died, and from past experiences, and interact with them. So yeah, that sounds like very cool. Yeah, you make sure you bring lots of people
Spooky.
with you. You don't want to do it by yourself at night.
No,
you
no,
know,
no,
no.
no.
Gotta have the family.
Um,
Yep.
5 Six Flags Magic Mountain. Val, Mikey, help me out.
Valencia, Valencia,
Yeah,
California. Yeah.
Valencia, yeah, California. You can tell I've never lived in California.
Oh, sweetie, don't worry about it. It's all about it's all about Spanish and
And
pronunciation,
many
and a
other
lot of these
states,
places are in towns like that. So yeah,
in many other states.
yes,
Six Flags Magic Mountain is another huge name when it comes to parks. Spot located in Valencia, California, and it's known for its amazing coasters. What's cool is that the park offers a mix of scary type coasters for big kids and adults, and tame coasters for kids and wimpy adults like me.
I like how he said that. I'm a wimpy. I'm a
Other
wimpy,
Six
wimpy,
Flags
wimpy adult. Yeah,
Other Six Flags parks also belong here too, as the chain has lots of locations across America. Yep,
they
it
do.
does.
Yeah, and Six Flags. Here's the thing: Knott's Berry Farm is still kind of competing with the Disneylands and Universal Studios, theme parks, and Six Flags. But you know what? That's the best part about having theme parks like that. Is because of the competition. You want to go to the next big coaster, or you want to go see the next big attraction, and that's what keeps them in business. Because
Mm-hmm.
uh, if you don't if you don't improve or better what you have displayed in your park, you die, and everybody knows that. And that's the best part of being able to visit these. And you can price compare. Disneyland's expensive. We all know that.
And Disney
Six Flags
World.
is pretty. Oh, yep, and Disney World is way too expensive. I mean, you'd have to be a million. I think you'd have to be a millionaire to afford at least a week there with a family of six. 4 kids and yourselves, mom and dad, and relatives. But I mean, but other places like, your Knott's Berry Farm, your Six Flags, your Busch Gardens, and even Canada's Wonderland we have up here outside of Toronto is a big attraction. And of course Niagara Falls is itself its own attraction, because it's got Clifton Hill and everything.
Right.
There's a lot of places in the world you love to see, and like I said, they all love to compete with one another, and that benefits all the consumers. But they're expensive as heck. I mean, they keep raising their prices every year, and that makes it less and less attractive. So just keep that in mind. If you want to go on your next big family trip to any of these parks, you're gonna have to pay an arm and a leg if you want to go see them. And
Mm-hmm.
spend a day there at least. Yeah.
Right. All right. Disney California Adventure Park, Anaheim, California.
Yep.
If you want that Disney experience but live on the West Coast, then you're much closer to Disney California Adventure Park, aka Disneyland, than you are to Disney World. Uh, actually been to both parks. My aunt lives near Disneyland, and as I went as a kid, the park is super fun for those of any age, and it really gives you that Disney movie experience, but in a park. The park has been updated over the years, but it's more classic than Disney World. I have to agree. Disneyland is more classic. Disney World is more like more like futuristic kind of uh, theme, kind of a bit, but still like traditional.
Yeah, Disneyland has had to grow with the times. Uh, Disney World is trying to. Disney World is catching up steadily, but Disneyland has had to grow with the times, and they've grown faster. And it, like he says, if you live in California, yeah, there's the best place to go for you. I mean, if you want to be close enough to a theme park like that, there's a
Mm.
bunch of them there. So lots
Ooh,
to choose from.
Massachusetts. This is my favorite one. Hershey Park, Hershey, Pennsylvania. If you're in
Woohoo!
Pennsylvania, then you absolutely got to go to Hershey Park. The park, which is owned by Hershey Entertainment and Resorts, helps to keep Milton S. Hershey's legacy alive. Not only do you get chocolate, yum, but Hershey Park also offers roller coasters, water rides, and more fun. Ooh, sounds like a good time.
Hershey is so much fun. Down in Niagara Falls, they have this Hershey store there, all about Hershey chocolate, and
Mhm.
it has its own Canadian Walk of Fame right outside. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah, and lots of chocolate memorabilia. Oh my gosh, just
Mhm.
insanely chocolate. You feel like you're in heaven if you go to that store. I swear.
Mhm.
You probably don't even want to look at the falls. You'll just go to the store and hang out there for most of the day. Yeah,
Walt
exactly.
Disney World, Magic Kingdom, Orlando, Florida. There is something simply classic about Walt Disney World. Should be every kid's rite of passage to go there. I'm fortunate that my parents took me to Disney World twice when I was little. I loved meeting my favorite princesses, but there's plenty to do for adults at the park too. Yeah, especially when you go to the I think it's the main street of Walt Disney World. If you go to I think it's the Magic Kingdom, the main street of the Magic Kingdom. I swear you can smell cookies when you go down Main Street.
Yeah. If you read some of the chat there,
I'll,
Raquel,
I'll get it. I'll get to the chat in a few minutes. Don't
yeah,
worry
I
about
know.
that.
Yeah, I know.
Um, and that last but not least, Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. Cedar Point is
Woohoo.
in Missouri in the Midwest. The park is considered the roller coaster capital of the world. Sunday has so many fantastic coasters to ride. If you're looking for major thrills plus stuff to do for the family, Cedar Point is a great spot. Plus, it's not as pricey as some of the major parks. That's a plus.
I agree. I agree. It's that's one of my future travels is I hope to take Suzanne to see Cedar Point. Yeah, because it's a lot of fun.
If like when I do go back to Ohio, I would like to go to Cedar Point because it's like only an hour away drive for me
Yeah,
when I go to Ohio. So maybe like one of these days, sometime soon, I'll go there. But yeah, that's the 10 best amusement parks in America, written by Ann Eckerson. Yeah, so definitely
yeah,
like
from last year. So that's cool. Yeah.
mhm,
Yeah, I definitely agree with her choices. Yeah.
definitely. All right, let's get to the Chat, thank you so much for you guys for your patience. Philip Blair says, I love huckleberry season in the mountains, especially for like, bears and stuff.
Oh, of course.
Dollywood, yes, let's go.
Yeah, let's go, Phil.
James uh, says, I can do jam and jelly in my mom's kitchen. She probably should learn to do so before she passes. I'm 54. My mom's not ancient, but she's not young. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, make it like a little planned day thing with your mom. Have a good time with her. Why not? Blueberries aren't really a thing here, but bosenberries are. Bosenberries?
Boysenberries. Yeah, they're very good boysenberries.
Ooh,
They are.
okay.
You can make a nice
Is
boysenberry pie from a
is
rhubarb pie.
Dollywood in Tennessee?
Yes.
Yes.
Pigeon Forge. Yeah.
What's the creepiest park? Is the abandoned Wizard of Oz park? I love the movie, but the pictures of that park are really creepy and spooky. LOL. The abandoned Wizard of Oz park? None of heard of it.
Well, I know one park. I know one park that used to be. It's no longer there, but they used to have a place called Santa's Village, which was located outside of Colorado Springs, Colorado. They shut it down a few years ago, and people have said that it's still creepy, even being in the area of where the park used to be, and now it's no longer there. So, yeah, I got to visit it once, but I didn't go inside it. I was outside the entrance. I wanted to take a picture or two there. That's when I was living back in Colorado for about 6 months. It was nice. It's up there. It's near the Rockies, the Rocky Mountains. So yeah, Santa
All
Claus
right.
Village. And
Where's the
out
abandoned?
there.
I googled it. Where's the location of the abandoned Wizard of Oz park is in the quiet wilderness of Beach Mountain, North Carolina. Lies in the land of Oz theme park, a once abandoned amusement park centered around the Wizard of Oz. Inside the walls of this theme park, yellow brick road faded to a jaundiced hue, and nature began claiming the Emerald City. And it's supposedly haunted.
Yeah,
Mm.
it is
No.
supposedly.
All right. Let me. Let's see if there's any pictures of like recent pictures.
And while she's looking for that, we're saying hello to DJ Play Nice. Hey DJ, how you doing?
Hello. I'll get to that. We'll just get to the rest of the chat first. Cool. Tennessee is mostly nice. Just some cities are awful. Agreed. Some of them. I'm not going to California anymore. The politics have run or ruined most of it into the ground.
I've run most of it into the ground. Yeah,
Run, okay.
would agree
Run.
with that. Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that because it has been ruined. So I mean, I get so
Yeah.
she's wrong, but
Tomato,
it wasn't inaccurate.
tomato.
Right?
Philip Blair says, I've been to that one. It's the only one I've been to other than Silverwood theme park. Oh, what's Silverwood
Okay.
theme park?
Yeah, I don't know where that
let
is.
yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Busch Gardens in Florida also, or no? I
Yes,
believe
yes, there
so.
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
there is. It's in Orlando. It's
yeah.
Busch Gardens. Yeah, it exists.
That Sperry Farm looks like a bed. Well, that's the picture that he had on the site.
Yeah, that's
Um,
it.
there are a few Busch Gardens, but I don't know all where. And there's a few
Yeah,
locations.
they're pretty spread out throughout the country. Yeah.
Yeah. You want a haunted location? Find the nearest closed down asylum. Almost certain you will be creeped out.
Oh yeah.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Eastern
No
State
thanks.
Penitentiary is one of them. Yeah.
Williamsburg Busch Gardens was the one we were at. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Um, that's where. That's why there are game shows to win all expense paid family trips to Disney World. All right.
Yes.
Nope. I'll take the cash, pay taxes on that, and go where I wish. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Sad asylums. James says, I done that. I could manage maybe 1.5 hour in daylight in summer.
Yeah,
For me, not possible.
we
Um,
could.
Hershey is in Pennsylvania. Yep.
Yeah.
Philip says I want to swim in the chocolate river. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
okay, Phil, you're into Willy Wonka in that one. I don't think that's
Willy
going to
Wonka.
happen. Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory. He had a chocolate river
Yep.
made of pure chocolate. Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to find that, Phil. But good thoughts there.
Yeah.
Good thoughts.
Yeah. Battle Creek smells like cereal 24/7. Major Kellogg factory.
Yeah, that's right
Phil.
in Battle Creek, Michigan. Yeah,
Yep.
it's nice.
Phil says good cereal.
Yeah,
Depends. Well, some smell better baking than eating later. That's for sure.
that's for sure.
Rhubarb goes there easily. Sweet.
Oh, nice.
Hello, DJ Play Nice. Hey, just stopping by to say hello and bump the algorithm. Have an awesome evening. You too. Thanks for
Her.
stopping by.
Look at you, give me out.
Oh, positive
Look at you.
candor. Oh, sweet.
hmm Think there's more than one of you on YouTube.
Yeah.
Uh, if you
Oh,
talk about my two channels, yes, I have this one and my gaming one.
Ah, yeah.
Ghost Town in the Sky is in North Carolina. All right.
Okay.
Are you the same one that sometimes came by the Safety Dog channel? Me? No. Are you talking to Mikey or Moira? Because
Yeah, because I don't recognize those
I
names.
haven't been to a place called the Safety Dog channel. I don't think Moira has either. Like, Mikey, like, have you?
No, not that I'm aware of. Yeah, not something called the safety doc. Yeah.
Okay. If someone has a real rural spot in California, that would be fine. But I'm not going to a city there. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Silverwood theme parks in North Idaho. Okay,
Oh, okay. Northern Idaho. All right.
sweet. Um, Idaho is probably fine. Never been there, but I like to visit. And Pussy Calendar, long time no see. How are you?
High positive candor.
Oh, was asking DJ Play Nice. Ah,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Yeah, we had. This is great. We haven't seen positive candor in
Mm-hmm.
quite a while,
Yeah.
and of course James. Well, everybody tonight and DJ Play Nice. He does the same thing for our channel too. He comes in and he goes to Moira's. I know he does too, and he helps the algorithm and helps us out. Yes, so DJ Play Nice, good to see you.
It's good to see DJ Play Nice, Pals of Candor, and like everyone in the chat. Really, thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And
No,
Phil Blair. Wow. Yeah. Long time. And James. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
definitely.
Now let's see if I can find this banded theme park of Wizard of Oz. Oh, uh, see, Land of Oz is the creepy, once abandoned theme park that opens a year for anyone who dares. Only so it's not really abandoned, but it's open for people to like go there once a year if you dare.
Yeah. Paranormal tours of it, I guess. That's all I can imagine. Because, like, every year here in Toronto, they do what they call the ghost tour. And every year around Halloween, they have, tours downtown where, people, take out their paranormal devices and they walk around the streets at night, late at night in downtown Toronto, you know, without any traffic around, no cars, anything. And they go to these haunted buildings and haunted church and oh yeah, every year. We haven't had a chance to go yet. We've been here for a while, but we never had a chance. But hopefully one of these Halloweens I'll take Suzanne down there and we'll hang out. Yeah, I would love to check that out. Definitely.
It's too much.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's too much for my body.
Oh yeah, too much walking. That's true. Sorry, hon. Yeah.
All right, like if I found this, it's the website. All right, we see Let me present. Ad. Land of Oz is the creepy, once abandoned theme park that opens once a year for anyone who dares. And there's the
Ooh.
picture of it. Yellow Brick Road right there.
I want to go, especially if it looks like if I go there and it's just clear and sunny and like 100 degrees, fuck that. If it looks like that, I might.
Yeah.
All right. Apparently, somewhere over the rainbow is pretty darn creepy. In the quiet wilderness of Beach Mountain, North Carolina, lies the Land of Oz theme park, a once abandoned amusement park centered around the Wizard of Oz. Inside the walls of this theme park, Yellow Brick Road faded to a jaundiced hue, and nature began becleaning the Emerald City. A hint of magic faded away, and its decaying interior made it seem more like the wicked witch latest real estate acquisition than a mystical world that exists inside the mind of a teenage from rural Kansas. In short, it was just flat out creepy.
Wow.
Land of Oz. Oh, let's see if there's more. Land of Oz may have been one of the creepiest theme parks in the world. Once you entered, you couldn't escape by simply clicking your ruby slippers together. The sordid history of the park creates an unsettling air of mystery around it. Even now that it has been particularly restored, what was once happy place that saw thousands of visitors was tainted by death and possibly arson. Oh, damn! It may take lion-sized courage to enter the park's front gates, but every year thousands gather in North Carolina to explore the attractions. This eerie land of Oz facts will save you saying, "There's no place like home." Are you brave enough to venture inside? Perhaps.
What?
Perhaps. Land of Oz once attracted 400,000 visitors. That's a lot.
Wow. That must have been when it was still open and popular. Oh, yeah. And Phil saying, follow the Yellow Brick Road. I'll get you my pretty on your little dog Toto, too. Yeah.
Land of Oz was a grand endeavor in North Carolina's mountains. The park was reportedly built using local craftsmen and entertainers to help boost Beach Mountain's economy, providing a way to capitalize on the property, primarily a ski resort during the spring, summer, and fall. During the park's first summer, a whopping 400,000 visitors walked Land of Oz Yellow Brick Road, which contained 44,000 real yellow bricks. They explored a replica of the Emerald City and took a stroll through Munchkin Land and the Wicked Witch's castle, but the laughter that permeated the park's walls quickly faded. Today, the Land of Oz is so infrequently visited that the owners require guests to park at the nearby Beach Mountain Resort and let a shuttle navigate the winding roads to the park location. You can see within the Brogue is kind of losing its luster, I guess you can say.
Well, when you saw that first picture of it, I mean the bricks were all out of place.
Right
Did
here,
you notice? I mean, yeah. Look at that. I
a
mean,
little bumpy, yeah,
yeah. Moira, if somebody paid you, would you actually walk that? I would not. I wouldn't even go near it.
Absolutely, I'd give it a chance. Not after sunset, but I would go for it. Why not?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe it's something to do once in life, I guess.
I mean, it depends on what weird stories are kind of like. If anybody's gone missing in there, I'm not so sure because I saw that weird ass movie about this cornfield and like time isn't a thing there, and so like they got lost in there and they couldn't find themselves or find each other, and then they find and then it turned out they kind of didn't really get out. Like one kind of did, one kind of didn't. It was weird. So if it's like that, I ain't fucking doing it. But like,
let's keep going down and see. Let's see what else. The park owner died of cancer right before it opened in 1970. Aww.
That's a bad omen.
Land of Oz has been tainted with death since before it even opened its doors in 1970. Grover Robbins was a successful entrepreneur who wanted
Entrepreneur.
to entrepreneur. Yeah, thank you, Mikey. Who
You're
wanted
welcome.
to attract tourists to the resort town of Beach Mountain all year round. He hired design Jack Pentes, who said the trees on the property reminded him of the film's Haunted Forest. For a few years, their vision was truly successful. Robbins had previously success in operating theme parks. He was the man behind Tipsy Railroad, a Wild West theme park in North Carolina, which is still in operation. Unfortunately, the Land of Oz never saw the same level of lasting success. Mere months before the park's grand opening, Robbins died of cancer. Some believe his demise led to the park's eventual decline.
That
Aw.
could be true. Yeah, that's terrible. Well, so the park opened, and now they're saying it's infrequent. So basically, it's been open for 54 years, if my math is correct.
Mm.
That's
Probably right.
interesting. Yeah.
Mm. Debbie Reynolds bought 13-year-old Carrie Fisher to the park's opening. Oh, wow.
Oh wow. I can
Uh,
only imagine what the future Princess Leia thought of it when she was walking through there.
Debbie Reynolds, who rose to fame in Sing in the Ring and scored a 1964 Oscar nomination for The Unsinkable Molly Brown. Not really familiar with that one. Cut the ribbon at the Land of Oz opening on June 15th, 1970. The actress was a partner in the business and brought her then unknown teenage daughter, Carrie Fisher, to join the event. Throughout her life, Reynolds amassed a vibrant collection of famed Hollywood memorabilia. Her collection contained none other than one pair of Dorothy famed ruby slippers, which were purportedly bought at auction for $510,000 in 2011. Whew, that's a lot of money for slippers.
Yeah.
Reynolds helped with the park create its collection of Wizard of Oz props and costumes. Oh, nice.
Yes. Now the story of the Unsinkable Molly Brown is a movie that she was in. It recollected the story of the unsinkable Molly Brown who was on the Titanic when the Titanic sank, and it told her life story
Mm-hmm.
prior to the Titanic sailing and sinking, and then afterwards. Yeah, it's a good movie. She did a good job on that one.
Oh,
It was later
yeah,
played by the wonderful, the one who was in Misery, played Kathy Bates. Yeah, thanks, babe. Played the unsinkable Molly Brown's part in the Titanic that James Cameron did. So yeah,
all
good,
right.
good part. Yeah.
Oh, I want to correct it. Apparently, it was not a cornfield. It was, I guess. Well, I thought it was a cornfield, but the movie is called In the Tall Grass.
Tall grass. Okay.
Philip Blair was wondering if I meant Field of Dreams, and I'm like, that's not a cornfield you can't get out of. Like, like they weren't trapped in. Well, I guess the ghosts sort of were temporarily. I don't know what the deal is with that, but
Sure.
but no, yeah, it's called In the Tall Grass. Yeah, that fucked my head up. I was like, oh hell.
All right. A 1975 fire destroyed the Emerald City, and Judy Garland's Wizard of Oz dresses were stolen. Oh,
Wow.
damn.
Cha-ching, though. I mean, money.
The park had only one ride, a ski lift made up to resemble hot air balloons that gave visitors an aerial view of the park's unique scenery. Most of the park consisted of character houses and a replica of the Emerald City, which suffered a fate worse than abandonment. In 1975, the Emerald City was destroyed in a mysterious fire, which crippled the park. No one knows what started the fire, but it destroyed the amphitheater, nearby shops, and a restaurant. On top of that, thieves broke into the park's museum and stole numerous original film costumes, including Judy Garland's coveted gingham dress. Coupled with a drop in tourism from the gas crisis in 1970s, the park never fully recovered.
That's so sad with her gingham dress. Yeah, I remember. Now was that was the dress that she wore in the black and white scenes, right? In the beginning of Wizard of Oz, and then it turned a different color when she entered Oz in the first place. So
So
yeah, I know what you're
somebody
talking
still
about.
has this costume somewhere tucked
Yeah,
away.
yeah, the gingham dress. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
very pretty dress. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very pretty. The park closed in 1980 and became a target for thieves and vandals. Oh, look at that
Ooh.
face.
Yo, that's freaky. Okay, you don't want to run into that at night.
No, you don't. No, you
I would,
don't.
I would scream
No,
like a
you don't.
5-year-old girl. Oh,
No,
good God.
There's
no, you
there you go,
don't.
Moira. There's some nightmare fuel. There you
Yep,
go.
that'll do it. God.
No, no,
Oh
thank you.
man.
No, thank. I don't want.
No.
I don't want to go. I don't want to counter that at night. In 1980, reeling from a devastating fire and a change in ownership that resulted in dwindling attendance, Dorothy finally tapped her ruby slippers together, and the Land of Oz closed its doors. By that time, the park had become a shell of its former self. The real animals in Dorothy's Kansas barn were replaced with animatronic copies. Original costume designs were replaced with cheap imitations. The old brick road needed to be replaced, and the sound system kept breaking in the middle of the performance. New ownership had left the place fallen in despair, and the exo.
Exorbitant.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I couldn't really see that. There are, exorbitant price of expiration is what eventually made the park's proprietors pull the plug. Land of Oz, more or less abandoned for decades, became a major target for vandals and thieves. Nature reclaimed much of the other scenery. The Wicked Witch's castle loomed early in the mountain mist as decrepit trees carved to look like faces rided along the fading yellow brick road, until finally a group of kind souls with the courage of a cowardly lion and the magic of Glinda Goodwitch fought to restore it. Aha! Some
Uh-huh.
some major good fans.
Yeah.
In the 90s, restoration began on the park.
Oh,
In the
nice.
90s, Emerald Mountain re- sorry,
Realty. Yeah. Emerald
Realty
Mountain Realty. Yeah.
began to restore the park to its original glory. Each year, they added a piece of back to the park, including items that were stolen from the grounds after the park fell in despair. You could reportedly even rent out characters' houses, but the property wasn't reopened as an amusement park after a 1994 reunion of the original cast members decided to open the park once a year for the Autumn in Oz event. Public demand to see the old theme park soared, and all money from the events goes back into the storing Land of Oz. Sweet.
Well, that's
Um,
nice.
Staying in Dorothy's house was even creepier than the flying monkeys.
Wow. Okay, Moira, would you spend the night in Dorothy's house?
I don't think so. I feel like I'd be a
No.
little too.
I would. You know what? Suzanne might be daring enough, and I might dare it. For one night. But you got to better make sure we leave the next day. I'm not going to stay more than one night in that place. Oh no. No.
Every kid remembers that moment of fear when they saw the wicked witches flying monkeys for the first time. Imagine that feeling multiplied by 10, and you basically experience what it was like to stay at the Land of Oz in the 90s. According to Kelsey Garcia, a writer who spent a childhood vacation at Dorothy's house, everything about Land of Oz was eerie and run down even after it was restored. Um, Quote, it was old and creaky in a way that was almost comically creepy. The furniture definitely had that antique theme going for it. And there was a painting of stoic, haunting woman on the wall. We
We
inexplicably
inexplicably named her
yeah,
Rebecca. Yeah.
name her Rebecca. I guess to make it light of it all. Toward the close of our or close of the trip or whatever.
Toward
My
the close
sister,
of our trip. Okay.
yeah, towards the closer of our ship, I guess. Lost
Yeah.
no R there. My sisters decided to take a look at what was in the basement. the uncharted territory of the cabin that still gives me the creeps over a decade later. The owners of the old park had long ago decided to mysteriously store many of the park's old rides and decorations in the basement of the very cabin that was being rented out to my unassuming family. There it all was, an animatronic wicked witch of the West. Carts belonged to amusement rides, a windy yellow ramp that led somewhere else underground, and no, we did not care to find out where that might have been. Good choice.
Oh my god. It's like the Cabin in the Woods movie. Did you ever see that, Moira? Oh man.
No, I have
Oh,
not.
Nope. Nope.
it is
No,
it is
no.
freaky, it is horrifying, but it's comedy.
Oh dear.
Yes, comedic and in a way creaky and creepy. And it has Helmsworth in it. It is hilarious, but oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I would not live in a place like that. Nope, sorry.
At at midnight, the clocks played an eerie rendition of "Somewhere Over the Rainbow."
Nope,
Uh,
that's it. Nope, no.
Judy Garland singing "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" is one of the most memorable parts of the Wizard of Oz. It's also one of the most memorable parts of the Land of Oz, but not for the right reasons. According to Kelsey Garcia, the clocks in Land of Oz played the same song every night at midnight, but it wasn't sweet. It was straight up terrifying. We all started noticing.
Raquel, may I go
Yeah.
ahead and read her quote real quick? Okay.
Okay.
So we all started noticing these quirks that we didn't appreciate.
Okay.
At midnight, every night, a little tune, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, would float down the hallway from an old cuckoo clock, except it was so old that the song sounded distorted and unbelievably eerie. It was like Somewhere Over the Rainbow on Xanax.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Started
That is so
noticing these
creepy.
quirks that we didn't appreciate it. At midnight every night, a little tune "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" would float down the hallway from an old cuckoo clock, except it was so old that the song sounded distorted and unbelievably eerie. It was like "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" on Xanax.
On Xanax, yeah. I
Just
don't know if you've ever taken
imagine.
Xanax. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever taken Xanax, but yes, I can imagine what that would sound like. Yes.
Just imagine a random, out of tune rendition floating about your antique cabin in the middle of the forest, ravaged by fire. There's no way Land of Oz wasn't terrifying. Damn.
That poor lady.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
Thousands of visitors still gather at Land of Oz every year to catch a glimpse of the fading magic. Okay. Oz doors are closed for most of the year. It now opens briefly in summer and fall for those brave souls who don't mind wandering a cracked and fading yellow brick road. Tickets to the journey with Dorothy and Autumn at Oz events usually sell out, and visitors participate in a guide tour through the park, complete with actors in costume. So they have
Okay.
actors.
Okay, now that's not creepy. Okay, I can imagine me trying to with me and Suzanne hopping through the woods with the Wicked Witch of the West. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. I'll get you, my pretty. Yeah, I'll get you first.
You can
Oh
rent
my
out
God.
Oz and have your fairy tale wedding if you dare.
If you dare.
Through the public events are extremely popular, the abandoned theme park gets other businesses as well. The park has become a bizarre backdrop for destination weddings, maybe the kind you don't want to put on Pinterest. Nothing says romantic like climbing a burned down mountainside while carved, haunting looking trees stare at you. And
Yeah.
if you want to see the fading glory of Land of Oz, you can rent out the park. Members of your party can importantly even play the roles of Dorothy's friends by renting costumes. Just be careful when you step. Thieves are still stealing bricks from the yellow brick road. What? Even now? What the fuck?
Wow. How do they get away with it? Oh, that's right. They don't have any cameras or anything that can capture them on film or
No,
anything.
no
Nothing standing
security
out.
cameras.
Oh man, that is. Oh Yeah.
Oh, Dib. Turkey.
Curtis was here too, so if you want to get to Curtis and everybody.
James says I met on the Docs channel on some 2A channels. All right. Probably a different time. Follow the yellow brick road. Yep.
Yep.
Do yellow bricks at least get a fresh coat of paint? I
I don't know.
don't know. Then yeah. Click.
Click,
Only
yeah.
44K bricks. Yep.
Yep, that's it.
Wondering if I could really my bicycle the entire brick path.
You
I
may
guess you
do
could.
wheelies on that path. Yeah, you're going to hit some gaping holes in it.
Philip says you mean Field of Dreams, Murray Kitty. Philip, I wonder what it was like there in 1970. I don't know.
Still creepy. Backwoods people in North Carolina.
Debbie Reynolds, she was an actress also. Yep.
Yep, she was.
Probably Electric Fault. Maybe.
Probably.
Hot air balloon rides? Maybe.
Not really, but okay.
Checkered dress. I think that fabric is called gingham.
Gingham. Gingham. Yeah, that's how they pronounce it. Gingham. Yeah.
Gingham? Okay. I wonder how expensive catering a balloon ride is.
It's pretty expensive.
More than you think, yeah.
Yeah, just a quick off topic on that. But in Albuquerque, where they have the balloon festival every year, probably Suzanne's worst nightmare because of her phobia. But yeah, every year they'll offer you rides on those balloons, but it's expensive because there's also a liability waiver that you have to sign, making the balloon owners not responsible if you fall out of the balloon, when you're up 1,000 feet in the air, or, a wind gust comes or the thing crashes. Yeah, no, you couldn't put me up there. I won't go up there. No way. No way. Too dangerous.
Yep.
Too high. Yeah.
Put a few pairs of glowing red eyes in the forest at 10 feet up, have them flash on a VI motion sensor. No. Curtis Shelby. Can't stay, gotta work early in the morning, but this looks like a real cool stream. Wanted to leave a comment and a like and say hi to Raquel, Moira, Mikey, Philip, and James. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Curtis.
Yeah, he's a great tired blogger. We all love him. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Good set for horror movie. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
An amusement park for families. That is creepy.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Speaking of Wizard of Oz, so everyone knows the story of the Dorothy's red shoes that have were stolen. I believe they're like they were stolen from. Let's see. Hold on.
Weren't they in Madame Tussauds wax museum? The original slippers that she put on the Dorothy wax figure, and I think they were stolen from that museum. But then somebody found them.
Yeah.
That's if I recall the story correctly, because I know that Madame Tussauds did have them displayed for a brief time on the actual wax figure of, the realistic wax figure of Dorothy, going down the yellow brick road with, Tin Man and, all of them, the Scarecrow, Tin Man, Cowardly Lion, even a really, really good wax figure facsimile of Toto the dog. And I do recall that. But oh my gosh, beautiful. I've only been to one wax museum up there in San Francisco, very similar to Madame Tussauds, a little bit smaller, but it has some great. I took Suzanne to see it. Yeah, has some very good wax museum archetypes of Michael Jackson, the guy Harrison Ford from Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Star Trek, all of the characters from those franchises and stuff. It's beautiful. It's a great museum down there, the Wax Museum. So, yeah, very cool.
Like, where did I saw this? Hold on a minute. Like, I saw this on. Let's see here. Oh, I need to go to my history, see if I can find it.
Yeah, maybe see what's happened to it after that auction it mentioned for $510,000 back in 2011. That's half a million. That's more than $500,000, right? For a pair of ruby red slippers. Yeah, from the original movie. And they said that Debbie
Right.
Reynolds.
So the Judy Garland Museum starts a campaign to buy back iconic ruby slippers. You probably heard the story. Almost 20 years ago, a pair of the iconic Wizard of Oz ruby slippers were stolen in Minnesota. Um,
Wow.
this person called Caroline Cummings reports now a team of curators at the Judy Garland Museum in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, is doing a kickstarting campaign to get them back permanently.
Wow.
I really hope it's successful. I really do.
I hope so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it should be. You know what I would do? I would personally send those slippers if they find them uh, to Miss Liza Minnelli. You know, Judy Garland's daughter. I think she definitely deserves to have them with her as part of her legacy, knowing her famous mom and everything, and keep them until she passes away. But I think Liza Minnelli's still alive. Is she still alive, babe? Yeah, she's still alive. Yeah, so I would give it to Liza and then have Liza give it to her, kids and her grandkids and everything, those ruby slippers, and keep them safe, put them in a tempered, bulletproof glass box and just keep them, and display them, for sightseers and stuff. Yeah, be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope they find them.
I do too. Like, they're really iconic kind of shoes. To be honest.
I always get shivers. Like I said, we own the original Wizard of Oz and we own the Return to Oz, where Fairuza Balk played Dorothy's part in the Return to Oz.
Hmm.
We still are looking for Oz the Great and Powerful, which is the story basically of the wizard, who was Marvel, played by the original James Franco, as a prequel. And Mila Kunis played the Wicked Witch of the West, or eventually she became the Wicked Witch of the West. It's a great movie, and a good prequel, and I definitely want to find it. So that way we have all three Wizard of Oz films. Yeah, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bulletproof slippers.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just retreat them with shatterproof leather or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, apparently, Shrek 5 is going to be released in July 1st of 2006. That'll be interesting. Uh, another Shrek film. I thought that, like, 4 films was the end of it, but I guess not.
Yeah.
I, I would definitely go see it if it's, like, good. Um, Also, Twitter/X, or X or slash Twitter, however you want to say it. They're now allowing searching through bookmarks now, which is so much helpful than just on and on scrolling. And they're also reportedly testing a dislike button as well. I'm like, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, that'd be
Hmm.
something cool to look for. Yeah, definitely.
Also, I do want to send prayers to the family and friends of Tom Weiner. Many remember him for his excellent portrayal of Quent and Rolf's Rain, Devimon and Digimon, various voices from Power Rangers and VR Troopers. But his best role will always be Bison from Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. Prayers to him and his family and friends. Uh, you know,
Yeah,
he was a very yeah, sorry, getting my tongue tied. He was really good like really good voice actor. And like I love the
yeah.
roles that he
We
played in and stuff like that. Like, I'm sad to hear of his passing.
mm. Also we did lose a couple of other celebrities. Earlier today, we lost the great Shelley Duvall, who played Olive Oil in Popeye with Robin Williams, and also was in The Shining with Jack Nicholson and Danny Lloyd. She passed away of her diabetes in her sleep at the age of 75. We also lost Benji Gregory. He was the young boy in the Alf TV series. He was suffering from bipolar depression. He had a guide dog with him. He accidentally fell asleep in his car in Peoria, Arizona, and died of the heat exhaustion and everything. He was only 46 years old. Both he and his dog died in his car.
Awful,
So, yeah,
awful.
very, very sad. And then there was
Really sad
another
indeed.
lady. Yeah. Then there was one more lady. Can't remember her name, but I think it was Colbert or something. But she was on the famous Dallas TV series, and she died at the age of 77. So yeah, there was a lot of big losses today. That one of Benji though. Uh, I, I mean, look, I'll tell people this always. Alf was an okay kind of show. I always was glad that Alf never caught the cat, even though he tried. I thought, Melmac, what an original name for a planet. The ending of the series was terrible because he got caught by the government, and then they said they continued it with a TV movie later on, but that didn't resolve any of the issues or answer any questions of the cliffhanger ending of the series. And
Mhm.
then Benji just grew up, and he did the Navy. He was in the Navy, so he served. But when he got back, it's just like maybe it was PTSD, maybe it was some other thing. Uh, but he just had a really horrible life, and then his family said he was trying to get back together, but then this tragedy. So I can't imagine just dying in the car like that. When the temps have reached over 100 degrees, and especially with your dog in there. I felt so sad. I was like, oh my gosh, him, and then his guide pet. Because both Deja Vu and Moon Pie for us are our guide pets. They're our guide
So
babies.
is my pumpkin. So
And
is
your pumpkin is, yeah,
hmm
and Moira's cats too. Yeah.
definitely very
No,
sad. Sad to hear.
no,
Um,
Alf never met Mork, Phil. Unfortunately, they did think of having a crossover episode like that, but I guess the executives of both shows didn't think it would be possible. So yeah, that would have been bad. I no, that would have been good. I'm sorry, that would have been
there
good.
there are snake-proof shoes and boots,
Yeah.
lizard-proof shoes too. Wolf's
Yes.
Rain, the anime show. Yes,
Yep. That's it.
correct.
Good one, Phil. Yep.
Donner Sutherland.
Yep. Donald Sutherland died too. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Wouldn't the dog be trying to wake him up to get out of the car? You would think
Yeah.
so. Yes.
That's a mystery.
Um,
That's weird
He
because
has
did Elf ever meet
insomnia,
Mork?
and
Uh,
he's been sick for days,
yeah.
so he probably was really out of it.
Yeah, Suzanne was explaining it to me that this gentleman, Benji, had problems with schizophrenia and insomnia. I have a sleep apnea, so sometimes I can't even sleep myself. But I guess apparently both his schizophrenia and insomnia was a deadly combination. And he just fell asleep in his car, and well, they slept through, I guess, like I said, heat of the day. When it goes in a car like that, I'm sure both of you ladies realize when it gets very hot and you're in your car, it feels more than 100 degrees. It's burning in there. It's like literally sleeping in an oven and the door closed. Yeah, that's because he had his windows closed and everything. So, oh my God, I can't. Yeah, rest in peace, Benji, and definitely Shelley, and
Indeed.
yeah, and Donald, and everybody that passed away. Yes, it's
Er,
terrible.
That's
Yeah, it's
very
very sad.
sad. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah,
Death
yeah.
by baking.
That's why.
Indeed.
Yeah, cars your oven and you're baking in there. Yeah, uh huh.
Yeah.
It's bad. Yes.
Yep. Very
Well,
sad here. Also, like like sad, disappointing news. After operating for over 2 decades, Redbox is officially shutting down, spelling the end of thousands of DVD rental kiosks across the U.S. That's really sad to hear, but I knew that was going to come eventually.
yeah,
With the streaming services and stuff like that, I knew that was going to come to the end, like at some point.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, I know. I think I might have mentioned it already, but here in Canada, all across the country, the WalMarts have already done. Most of them have already done away with their video bins. With their DVD and Blu-ray bins, and they only have one display up, which features just the latest DVD or Blu-ray that has come out. That was in Scarborough Town Center here in Scarborough, but in Toronto in downtown or close to downtown, there is still one Walmart that has their bins, but not for long. They're all going to be gone. So, yeah, you
mhm.
have to pay more now with these specialty shops that sell them. Yeah.
Philip Blair, was that sort of at like Netflix when they were a DVD rental by mail business?
Was there Moira? Would you know? I thought there
Um,
was.
Do what?
Was the do you want to answer Phil Blair's
yeah, was
question?
that sort of like Netflix when they were a DVD rental by mail business?
Oh shit. I don't have my glasses on. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that happening.
Was
Oh, yeah.
Redbox?
What
Yeah,
was it?
so for the past 2 decades, Redbox is officially shutting down, spelling the end of thousands of DVD rental kiosks across the U.S.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
the red
Um,
box machines. Yeah, that's
so
right.
Philip is asking, was that sort of like Netflix when they were DVD rental by mailing
Yeah,
business?
you went up to little. Well, except that Redbox is like a machine, and you go up to it. It's got a touch screen. You pick what movie you want, and then you put like your card in there, and it'll pay. And then you get your movie, and you take it home. You return it in a little drop box, like in 3 days or something. Where
Yeah,
Netflix originally it mail it to your house.
yeah,
That's the thing I'm very unfamiliar about because I I knew about Redbox and stuff like that, but I was not familiar. I I I'm,
Oh, I'm old enough to remember.
I think I forgot about
It's
that
been a while.
Netflix did at one point. Were mailing
Yeah,
rental
yeah. They
DVDs
did
at one
movies and
point,
games. They were popular for that.
and
yeah.
then
And if you want to
for
go even
some
further back,
reason they
say Blockbuster. I
but
remember
then for some
Blockbuster by
reason they stopped and just like became a streaming service like
yeah,
they are now at this point.
yeah. It's okay, Phil.
Um,
You weren't missing much if you haven't seen a red box vending machine. I do remember one of them being inside an Albertsons store
yeah.
that I used to
Huh.
frequent. So
I'm not
yeah.
sure I've seen a Redbox vending machine. Like there's like one like near like I usually see the Redbox kiosk consoles across one of the like it's usually one of the pharmacies like Walgreens for example. I usually see it there.
Oh yeah, of course. And
Uh,
hey, the
hey,
Padawan.
Panawatomi! Yeah, hello. Netflix
Meow.
rented through your account. I used my computer to order my rentals. They had thousands of movies all the time. They mail super fast, also.
They sure did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Philip. Philip says maybe I seen one on a Safeway grocery store
Yeah, you're right.
in
Yes, Phil.
A.
NA. Yes, you're right, Phil.
I see all of my Redbox rental boxes are leaving.
I
Yeah,
know.
like yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, after operating for over two decades, Redbox is officially shutting down, spelling the end of thousands of DVD rental kiosks across the U.S. So I'm
Well,
assuming all of them are would pretty much be taken down.
I think they all are because there's one thing we can blame, and that's Amazon. Amazon people rent
No, 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 and
everybody else's stuff
it's
all the
not
time.
just Amazon, Mikey. You also have streaming services as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just saying at one
So,
time it was probably
so
Amazon,
like
but now it's streaming
it's
service.
really telling that streaming services are really beating the competition of DVD rentals.
Yeah. Well, now you can find. Well, what's great is like Moira said, when you have new movies that might be able to come out just before they premiere in a theater, because I guess theaters are like the old guard, like a standard, which is still thankfully still in existence. Most theaters. But yeah, I mean, when you see them come out in a streaming service right away, you know, that does give most people an advantage to see it before it comes out in the before you want to pay for it in a theater. Yeah, I agree. So
Hmm.
yeah, saves
Ah,
money anyway.
this is interesting. Princess Leia, iconic bikini from Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, is currently up for auction at a price of 30,000 and counting. That
Wow,
is expensive freaking bikini.
that the original? Like without the
I'm
modifications?
assuming it. I'm assuming it's the original. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Out of and not even out of its box, probably. Probably one of those older VHS versions of the film. Wow, 30,000. That if that goes up to 50,000, I think it might be worth it. 30,000 is okay, but if
Mm,
you're a real good, buyer, of auction items like that, I'd wait till it reached 50,000, then buy it. Just buy it straight out. Yeah. That I
yeah.
mean, if I was buying,
Phil
yeah, sure.
says, "Damn you, Amazon!" Shakes fists at.
There you go,
um,
Phil.
Pat Wadby, this won't drive me to rent digitally. I'll just see less movies, I guess. Moira, what are you sharing?
I won't play the sound, but it'll show you an old commercial for Netflix, so everybody can be entertained by that.
Okay,
Okay.
just don't like how it. Don't play it through. Just pause it and then just skip the timestamp. Like you know what I mean?
It's how long is it? It's only 30 seconds anyway.
Oh,
No,
okay.
you know what I mean. Like, what you're doing now, like what you're doing now. Like click there, pause, move your cursor, click
Okay.
there, pause, like that. Just don't let it play. You know what I
All
mean?
right. They got different ones, but
All
yeah,
right,
that's where they would select what movie they wanted.
click
Okay.
pause. Yeah, click. Yeah, do like that.
That's interesting. One of the movies they were offering was Million Dollar Baby with Hilary Swank and Clint Eastwood. That's cute.
Hmm.
Oh,
So I guess this is where they're like dressed up in different
yep.
movie outfits.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so yeah, so it shows it basically like, they just drop it into your mailbox. Apparently, I think Blockbuster was doing something similar according to this
a
commercial.
blockbuster too. Oh, like I didn't know that.
It
Yeah,
says
Blockbuster, you're
commercial
able to order online just before Netflix, and now Amazon Prime, you can order online with the different movies and stuff. So
Hmm.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
a lot of those services. Well, now since they have the streaming services, that'll replace Amazon if it hasn't already.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of, yeah, I haven't thought about those commercials in years. Holy shit.
Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, these commercials are so old.
I know
You
YouTube
believe
is
that
ages
commercials from the
ago.
40s, 1940s. I wasn't even born. I wasn't even created then.
Yeah, I'll have to check out those commercials later too.
Oh my
Is
god.
Blockbuster still
Um,
open? There is, I think, one location left. I don't remember where, but I think
well,
they're trying hard to keep it for like old time's sake.
yeah.
I don't know what
Well,
state it is.
it's more. Yeah, I think you mentioned it, Moira, where that one remaining Blockbuster is, but it's for nostalgic purposes, really. I guess I forget where it is, but I know there's at least one or two still alive.
Is Blockbuster still alive? Very few. Very
Yeah.
few.
Well, it's like
Ah,
drive-in.
for nostalgia. Yep. Hey,
Yep.
Living by Mikey wasn't born in the 1940s.
No, I wasn't, Sir Lemonade.
Yeah, yeah.
I was born. Meow meow. I was born in 1965.
Maybe I'm
I'm trying to say hi to Limit Pipe. I'm having a coughing
1965.
fit.
Oh wait, 1965s? Oh my gosh, my parents are like a bit older than you are, Mikey.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that, Raquel. I don't want to
Yeah,
feel any older
my
than I am.
folks were born in 1962.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, both my parents were born in the late 1940s. My dad was born in 44. My mother was born in 1946. Uh, my dad's sister is the oldest of all of our extended family and immediate family. She was born in 19. Oh my God, 1938. I want to say. Oh no. Uh, yeah. No. Wait a second. Hold on.
Hi,
She's
Limit
86.
Pipe.
I'm having trouble with my math. Okay. Yeah, that's right. 1938 she was born. My dad's sister. She's 6 years older than my dad is. And my dad's turning 80 this year. So
My dad was born in 43 and my mom was born in 40.
wow.
Yep.
Oh, congratulations that they're still breathing. Yeah, that's great.
Unfortunately, no.
Awesome.
We lost dad in December of 09 and mom, I'm sorry, I'm still hacking coffee. July 26th, 2012.
Oh, I'm sorry, Moira.
Hugs.
No.
In fact, it was their wedding anniversary on the 2nd of July. They would have been married
Wow.
55 years.
I know my parents just recently, or no, actually they're gonna. Oh yeah, just recently, last month. Like I said, on June 13th, they celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary. Both my folks.
That is so lovely.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah, with my folks, their anniversary was this past April, so I would I'm guessing either I'm guessing I can't remember the number exactly, but like it's been 30 years at least.
I
That's
would
great.
imagine so because you're over 30 and your siblings.
Oh,
Jeez,
come on,
thanks,
Raquel.
Moira.
Raquel is 20.
I thought you were like 30 or 32.
30. I'm 35.
Well,
What?
that's over 30, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're 25. Come on, Raquel. Stop lying about your age.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure they didn't have kids out of wedlock. So odds are that whoever the oldest child is, they're at least maybe a year or so older. That they've been married a year or so longer than that. I feel like that's a safe bet.
Yes, it was Phil. Good call.
Man, I'm hacking and coughing.
1965 was Thunderball, the fourth James Bond movie.
Yeah. Kurt Jurgens as
Yeah, 30.
Adolfo Chili. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, 35. I'm halfway there to 40. Thank you, Myra.
That is not halfway to 40. Halfway
Yes,
to 40
it is. For
halfway
me,
to
it
40,
is.
woman, halfway to 40 is 20. Because that's half of 40. You are 5 years from 40, which probably sounds a little better. But
Hey
yeah.
Phil. Hey Phil, I have a trivia question for you. Who sang the Thunderball James Bond theme song?
Oh, I would never guess that.
Who sang that Thunderball theme song? I bet he doesn't get it. But if he does, then he knows. And don't look it up. Don't
It's
cheat.
gonna be on the internet.
Don't
Thing to try.
make sure you guess it. Just guess it. Try to guess. I did a
Horror.
whole thing on this. I'll wait till you give me a question mark or if you know what it is, Phil.
In other news, like um, ancient fossil chromosomes has been discovered in a 52,000-year-old woolly mammoth, dubbed
Ooh,
Jerky by an international team of scientists, revealing a treasure trove of genetic data. Interesting.
yes. Good job, Phil. Tom Jones. Very good. Good job, Phil.
Tom
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah. My Thunderbolt. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Aren't they still trying to clone or try to clone and bring back the woolly mammoth?
They probably have already done it. They're just not telling people.
Mhm.
They're talking about doing it to test the water and see how people react.
Yeah,
You're 20 seconds behind or
he's
back.
27 seconds behind.
Mm.
It's okay, Phil. I remember those days when I was way behind, tried to catch up to people. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
but you're no longer there anymore.
yeah, yeah. I'll put it on 1.5. He says to catch up. Okay. Yeah, it does catch up a little bit after that. Um, yeah, I thought you know what I read somewhere about that woolly mammoth discovery. Didn't like the mammoths mostly eat like shrubs and trees and things like that? Weren't they more
Yeah,
like the early form of elephants?
and us
Or
humans pretty much hunt them to extinction for food and
yeah, they
warmth.
did. They did. Yeah. But then they find these ones. The one they found right was in Siberia somewhere. It was like way buried. It was before. It wasn't. I don't think it was close to Mount Everest area, like the Alps or anything, but it was buried in the Siberian tundra somewhere, and
Hmm.
uh, and it had a lot of yeah. They did a DNA test and checked all the food it ate and everything. Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I'll put it on 1.5 times to catch up.
Catch up.
no, no worries, Philip. I thought you were going to say, "Aren't they trying to bring back Tom Jones?" LOL.
Yeah, Tom still is alive. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
this
mean, we're
is
trying to bring him back. He's out there still singing. The man, how old is he now? He's probably close to his 80s right now. But yeah, he's still belting out tunes and around London and stuff. So yeah, he's still out there.
cool.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. Comic Con organizers are threatening to leave San Diego after 2026, citing the rising
Wow.
costs of hotel prices as the main reason. And huh,
That makes sense. Actually,
I
back in
know.
the day when I went to San Diego, I'd been there twice, and when I went to San Diego, I always stayed in Hotel Circle. And Hotel Circle's just this, it's just a little area, circular area of, motels and small hotels and things like that. They're
Right.
all bunched together uh, near the, uh, I think it's near the, yes, they're close to the Interstate 8 freeway. Um, but like they're far enough out of town that some of the places will give you shuttle service, to go into Old Town San Diego or take you to the ball game uh, at the modified Qualcomm Stadium they got and everything else. Yeah, but I mean, I can totally understand because the San Diego Convention Center
Mhm.
charges a lot. Um,
Yeah,
they
like
they
I like for example, Dallas Fan Expo, San Diego. You
yeah,
know, to get
Mission Bay,
like I get a ticket is expensive. To park is expensive. To get in a
yeah,
hotel to stay where that's relatively nearby is expensive.
right,
But being an organizer or even a participant or or have a booth at the event to display your product is really freaking expensive.
yeah. Well, even during the summer now, uh, well, they used to have the San Diego Chargers football team, but they moved them to LA, so now it's the Los Angeles Chargers up there. Um, but they still have the baseball team, the San Diego Padres, and the Padres, you know, their attendance is still consistent, you know, with everybody that lives in the area. And whenever you want to go to see a Padres game, good luck because they sell out pretty much all their baseball games. Not all the time, but a majority of the time, and so it's very difficult. Excuse me, to find any place, uh, to go around there. And as I mentioned, Mission Bay is a huge tourist trap. It really is. If you go down to Mission Bay and the pier and everything like that, it is a very huge tourist trap, and a lot of people pay good money to go down there, and boats and things. And don't forget SeaWorld. SeaWorld is still there,
Mhm.
in San Diego, so it's a big, huge attraction, and a lot of people go see SeaWorld. So during the summer, I'd say it's next to impossible uh, to get a decent hotel room, much less be able to afford any of the attractions in San Diego. And I guess that's why Comic Con is saying, nope, 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 can't do it anymore. Nope, it's too expensive. Yeah,
It
I
is
agree.
like I like let's convention in let's see like I'm guessing 4 or 5 years now. But I went I would go to like two anime conventions, and then I'll go to the Dallas Fan Expo one. I really enjoyed myself, but it's really, really busy, really crowded, and you had to go for all these hoops with your ticket, your parking, getting a hotel
Yeah,
over there. It is quite expensive, and also some of the items over there, they're also very expensive, especially the custom stuff. They're like hella expensive. Um,
yeah,
some of like the rare stuff are even more expensive. Like, for example, let's say you see a comic of Spider-Man, one of the earlier volumes signed
right.
by Stan Lee. That's gonna go really up in price.
Oh yeah, I'm quite envious of you that you've been to. How many of those kind of cons have you been to?
Oh, it's been I can't even remember them all. I got a lot of like badges.
Badges and souvenirs. Yeah.
Yeah. But I can tell you which ones I went to.
Oh, that's
You know,
cool.
I went
Yes,
to
yes. I
Dallas.
mentioned my one niece. Yeah, my one niece, Monique, had been to her very first Comic Con in Phoenix, which is
Sweet.
they usually hold it down near the uh, Symphony Hall area, and well, now it's by the Science Center, the Arizona Science Center, which is huge. But yeah, Monique went down there in a Sailor Moon cosplay outfit. I thought that's pretty cool, and she looked
Mhm.
really nice. I mean, she was decked, dressed up to the nines, and
All right.
my sister helped her mom, and everything. So
I went to the Dallas Fan Expo. I went to a Kamea Con, which is like a Dragon Ball convention, and two anime cons. And
wow,
fortunately enough, I was really lucky to attend uh, a brothers Barnum and Bailey. Yeah, hold on, I'm reading it wrong. Ringling Brothers Barnum Bailey Circus Extreme. Before the closed up part of the show down.
oh,
Um,
wow.
so I was really fortunate uh, to go there. Oh wow, that was like uh, a long time ago.
Yeah, like I
um,
said, I think the closest.
that was 2000 August in 2016.
Yeah, yeah, I think the closest I came to an actual, like I said, the closest I came to an actual Comic Cons. Uh, I went to a James Bond exhibition by myself in Phoenix, and I was in there for 6.5 hours. And I went to the Seattle, uh, by myself, the TV and film, uh, exhibition with science fiction mixed in. and I was in there for six some odd hours. And the other thing I saw was a Star Trek exhibition. This was just after Jar Jar Abrams came up with his reboot of Star Trek, and I was with a friend. We were in there for 5.5 hours. So those were kind of like cons, but I mean, it was in a museum exhibit setting, and it was very cool. And yeah, even with one friend back in 2008 or so, we went to go see the Star Trek experience when it was still inside the Las Vegas Hilton Hotel, and we got to drink at Quark's Bar and went through the whole experience tour. So
Sweet.
that was awesome too.
All
So we
right.
did some of those.
From what I can see, like last convention I had attended was 2019, which fits because that's when like year before that, that's when I really got into YouTube. So that timetable does fit. So I
That
haven't
was
been to a
perfect. Yeah.
convention ever since then.
Since then, yeah,
Yeah.
don't feel
Oh,
so bad. I
maybe I'll go like I don't know. Maybe I'll go attend Dallas Fan Expo next year, or maybe a couple, or maybe like the year next to that. I don't know. Maybe like a year or two. I don't know. We'll see.
yeah.
Um. Uh.
Where
Philip
were
says
we with Phil?
you can't see better on TV. Don't need binoculars. SeaWorld is the devil, almost literally. Furry
Ooh.
con. Yeah,
Furry
but
con.
the cosplay, the cosplay costumes you see, like they create their own costumes. Some of them, like they're store bought, but half of them are store bought and half of them are like created. The craftsmanship of creating their cosplay costumes, it looks really phenomenal. It looks really good.
Yeah,
The
they do a lot of good.
the artistic talent that some of these people put in their cosplay costumes
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Go ahead, Moira.
Like for for
Oh, sorry.
example, this one dude uh looked like Optimus Prime.
You mean he was literally dressed up like Optimus? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, let me get a picture of it, and I'll show you what I
Sorry, I
mean.
thought I was muted, but I coughed. My bad.
Oh, well, you were for a second there, but I was, yeah. You wanted to say something. I was gonna let you say
No, I was
something.
just I've been having like recovering from pneumonia or whatever, so I'm like hacking and coughing. My head feels like a balloon.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Yeah, I
when
just
you
know.
responded to my cough, I was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah,
my
I
bad."
just know that when I did when I went to the James Bond exhibit experience, or they call it the James Bond experience. When I went there, I felt like I was in heaven because James Bond is like my favorite all time franchise. I mean, I own all the films except for two, I think, right now, and I'll get a hold of those eventually. But it's just it's such a great. I wanted to be James Bond when I was growing up, and my dad introduced me. The first movie he introduced me to was Goldfinger, and even then, like seeing Shirley Eaton all in gold, dead there on the bed. You didn't know she was dead. You thought she was just like sleeping. I was just a little kid, and I'm like, Dad, what's she doing on the bed? He said, Oh, she's just asleep. He wouldn't tell me she was dead from the gold paint. He wouldn't tell me that. I had to find that out later. Oh, we just lost our girl. Come on back, Raquel. Come on back. Yeah, James Bond is awesome. Yep, Phil. Yeah, I'm an official member of the Worldwide James Bond Fan Club. I have a card and everything. So if I were to fulfill my bucket list and take my beautiful Suzanne to England, I would definitely be able to like get around with that card because there's so many places in London, right, that have over the years. Welcome back, Miss Raquel.
Streamer kicked me out.
Yeah, what happened? I'm sorry. I
Anywho,
didn't mean panic.
I got the picture. Damn it.
Oh my gosh.
Um, okay,
Yeah.
here's the cosplay picture of Optimus Prime. Look at that. Someone made that.
That is awesome. I love the
Mm-hmm.
attention to detail. That's
Yeah.
great. Wait. Can you transform?
I don't think so.
I mean, attention to detail. I would think he could transform into a mini truck or something, or a
Mm,
wagon, maybe. I don't know.
mm,
It
yeah.
looks like he could.
Yeah,
Uh,
it
Bill, that's
definitely
also
could.
cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, what Phil was telling me was that's also cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he
So it
first got in.
says when we first got internet, I went to look at a bunch of James Bond websites. Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yes. Yeah, that's the restaurant that was in Thunderball with the killer female assassin. Yeah. The kiss kiss bang bang. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna, it's that line in the movie when James Bond, after they're gonna try to kill Bond there while they're dancing, and she gets hit instead, played by the lovely Luciana Paluzzi, and then he lays her down and says, I think she's sitting this one out. She's just dead." And walks away. He had a quick wit. You gotta love that about James Bond, especially Sean Connery. Oh, excuse me, Sir Sean. He was knighted by the MBE, British Empire. But yeah, I mean, it just a great franchise, great series. Phil, if you get a chance, please go to Mikey Sue's 4. Check out the video that mentions the James Bond franchise, and I talked about every single film, including recently the No Time to Die one, which was the last one that featured Daniel Craig and Rami Malek, who won the Oscar for Bohemian Rhapsody playing Freddie Mercury. So yeah, check that out. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a great view actually. I'm very proud of the video because I did my research. I looked up stuff. I remembered everything I could recall from each film and picked out my favorite parts of each one. Even the one that they considered non-canon, but now all the fans have made Never Say Never Again officially part of Bond canon. So it's actually 26 films instead of 25. Or now it's 27, actually. 27 films. So
Mm-hmm.
in the entire franchise. So yeah, check it out,
Yep.
Phil.
Like, here's another cosplay picture of
Oh my
Joker.
God, Joker? Wow.
Yes, like very on point with that, right? Kind of creepy.
Definitely.
Very
That is
creepy.
creepy. I
Yeah.
would not want to meet him in a dark alley. No.
No, you do
No, not unless
not.
I'm Batman.
No,
With all my tools, with all my gadgets.
no. But yeah,
Wow.
people like like the artistic detail and the time they put into these cosplays. It's really amazing.
What's the name, Raquel? Do you remember the name of that Asian chick? The one that I think she calls herself Yaya something. She's like a definite cosplayer. She goes everywhere and has been to like almost every single cosplay type of con that she's dressed up as. She's done Sailor
Yeah,
Moon too.
cosplay.
Yeah, she's a
Um,
cosplayer. Her name is Yaya something. She's on YouTube. I've seen her. I mean, I've seen where she's done some live streams from different comic cons where she's dressed up
um,
in the
I, I,
nines.
I, I'm not familiar with her. But I
Yeah,
do know of someone on Twitch.
yeah,
Um, I think I'm forgetting her name though. Um, let's see here. Let me look real quick. Um,
yeah. If you look her
yeah,
up,
yeah, Andy Ray cosplay. Yeah, she's been yeah, she loves cosplay. Been making her own costumes for 10 years.
yeah,
Focuses on complex FX cosplay transformations and having fun. So yeah, like if it, like on her Instagram, she does stream on Twitch mostly. Uh, uh, she has very phenomenal cosplay pictures. Um, like for she did a cosplay of a pumpkin. Last October. Um, let's see. The other one is let's see. The other one like she cosplay as Wednesday from the M's family. Like yeah, like go check out Andy Ray cosplay on Twitch or Instagram. She has
Is she
very
on Facebook? Or
huh
not Facebook? Is she on Facebook or YouTube?
no, only on Twitch and Instagram from what I'm
Oh,
seeing.
okay. Yeah. Next time, if I find the really sweet, she's a really sweet young Far Eastern lady, and she's very cool, and does lots of cosplay herself. Uh, I well, maybe my niece even met her. I don't know for sure, but uh, yeah, I'll try to find her channel, and the next time we do this, I'll show it. I'll present it on here for for you girls, and for people in the chat, because she's very cool. I mean, she really does her own. Yeah, she does her own costumes, and she dresses to the nines. Looks really great in every cosplay outfit she's ever been in. I even think anti-derivative Jill at one time, uh, dressed up as a female Vulcan, and she shows her cosplay costumes a few times. Jill does. Yeah, so
Right.
check out her channel too because she's cool in her costume. Yeah.
Well, here's Andy Ray cosplay. She does stream on Twitch, but you can also follow her on Instagram. And these are her one of the cosplay costumes that she created herself. Uh,
Wow.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, she did Maleficent. Oh, I can see that one. Oh
I
wow,
don't
that.
I don't know if that's been Maleficent or not. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Um, but here there's the oh, what's that alien show?
Predator.
Predator. Yes,
That's a
Predator.
predator she's dressed up as. Yeah.
Predator, Pumpkin
And then
Witch.
there's Pumpkinhead, and
Um,
Strawberry
uh,
Shortcake. That looks like Strawberry
yeah,
Shortcake.
yeah, she's really into cosplay. Like she makes her own costumes, and yes, she does paint her skin for these cosplays as well. Um,
Wow. Wow.
yeah,
Really impressive work.
very impressive work. You know,
Yeah, very, I would say. Oh my
like
gosh, she's even a Sith princess. Look at that with the
yeah, yeah,
lightsaber.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my god!
Lightsaber. Um,
Wow,
there's
that's
Wednesday, what I
wow.
was talking about right there.
Yeah, Wednesday from Adam's Family. Yeah, of
Yeah, I think that's
course.
from Hellraiser, but a female version of
That
it.
one looks like Hellraiser. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, those are the ones you can yeah, these are cosplays that she has posted on Instagram over the years. There's like
Yeah.
female Tron right there. Yeah, so yeah, I she's a very good cosplayer, and
Yeah.
she does stream stream on Twitch only. And she'll go through the process of her uh, painting her skin for the cosplay for her costume, and she also does video games. I do enjoy her quite a bit. I do, try to find the time to watch her streams, but most of the time I just look on her cosplay pictures on Instagram because they're like to me they're really phenomenal pictures of cosplay in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Well, we have our friend. I think I mentioned him before. Booger414 is one of our friends here on YouTube and creators, and he and his wife go to a few Comic Cons, and in his avatar, he has the head water buffalo caveman from the original Flintstones series. And in one cosplay, he went to a con with himself dressed up as the water buffalo and his wife dressed up as, his female, with the, type of dress, like something out of Betty Rubble or, combination of Betty Rubble, Wilma Flintstone, and that's the water buffalo's wife. So that's how they went together, dressed up as. I thought that would have been cool to see. Yeah,
Sweet. I would cosplay as Monday from Garfield. Right on.
yeah, Phil, and I believe the one scene you're mentioning is this was when Timothy Dalton was Bond, and it was the Living Daylights. Oh no, I'm sorry, not the Living Daylights. It was License to Kill. So he's on the helicopter, hanging on the edge of it. But here's the thing: what I found out was they did put him up there. This was before Cubby Broccoli, the executive producer and one of the creators of Bond in the first place, before he died. This was a scene where he's writing it because uh, his friend Felix Leiter, uh, who was played by the wonderful David Hedison, who also played Felix in the first movie that uh, Roger Moore did, which was Live and Let Die, playing Felix Leiter. He's in the helicopter. They're following after Sanchez, who's played by the great Robert Davi, and as a villain. He's one of the best, actually. And they're chasing after him. And you'd see, here's the weird part. You see that in close ups, it's definitely Dalton, because Dalton liked to do some of his own stunts, which I don't blame him because he was still in good shape then. But yeah, if you see the faraway shots, it's just by the hair color. You can tell different. Definitely, that's not uh, Tim up there. That's the stunt man. I totally agree with that. So, yeah, yeah, definitely. You have to be really observant. I mean, to and to enjoy Bond films and be really observant to see when uh, you know when the original when the actors stunt people come in and do their own
Hmm.
do stunts, yeah, but it's a lot of fun catching that though, yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Hello, Ancient One. Thank you for coming.
Hi, ancient one.
Aw, thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Ancient One, if you could do something a little bit, can you put in that little chat thing? I mean, just put Raquel's gaming, so they so everyone knows it's not my main channel. It's my gaming channel. I don't want people to get confused or anything like that. Yeah, just just a little let you know, like I don't want people to get confused. Just put next time just put Raquel's gaming channel, or Raquel's uh, SSG SSG 2211 gaming channel, so people won't really get confused with my main one and my gaming channel.
The gaming one, which are both great
Yeah,
which are
this,
both great channels, by the way.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's the link for my gaming channel, right there. Thank you so much, Ancient One, and also thank you for putting Moira's channel on here. Meow meow,
Meow meow.
and Mikey's channel as well.
Yep,
Thank you
my
so
two
much.
channels. Yeah, thank you so much, ancient one. Both channels. Yeah, please. Yeah, you get to see early me as Warlord Fade. So basically, pre Suzanne and then after Suzanne.
Yeah.
Mwah. So
Hello,
yeah,
hello,
thank you.
Moira and Mikey, everyone. Yay!
Yay!
Strange. I'll make the fix. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, yeah, thank you. No problem. I wasn't really sure you were aware of that. I just don't want any confusion. That's all. From my
yeah.
main channel and my gaming channel. That's all. Yep. There's my main channel link right there. Thank you so much, Ancient One. Appreciate you. Um, speaking of which, I'm gonna close things down for the night. So here's the schedule. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do next Thursday. Um, I'm not really sure uh, what I plan to do next week for the main channel. Um, I don't know. I'll let you guys know. As for my gaming channel, tomorrow I'll be continuing playing Elder Scrolls, and we'll be continuing. We'll be doing the Wing of the Crow challenge tomorrow, and I might be playing more Elder Scrolls this upcoming weekend, or playing a different game. I don't know. We'll see. Um, Also, I want to thank my guest panelists, Moira and Mikey. Moira, do you have anything coming up? Do you want to more chill out or anything like that? Kitty,
Moira.
Oh, yeah,
Meow
yeah,
meow.
yeah, yeah.
anything you
Oh,
want to
there you
chill out?
are.
Like,
Oh,
okay.
if anybody wants to hear me ranting about political headlines tomorrow, I will be live.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Uh, all right. What about you, Mikey?
Okay. Well, as I say there in my description, it's only 2 more weeks until the premiere of Deadpool and Wolverine, technically Deadpool 3. So after that premieres, and a couple weeks after that, probably around August 15th. It's probably the best time, middle of the month and everything. But that's our in our poll that we're running right now in the community section of the website. We do still have a lot of people that say, yeah, choose any date between the 1st and the 30th of August. So we figured the middle of the month is probably best choice, about right around August 15th. It will be subscribers only, but it is open panel, live chat, and we'll be discussing the film, and hopefully everybody's seen it by then. And we'll be able to let you know what's happening, and yeah, we'll try not to do spoilers too much, but we'll emphasize good points of the film, what we saw, what we hated, and then at the end we'll give you our grades, and and so much out of 10. Jay Aldrich, my friend who helps me with these, usually does an out of 10 uh, rating, and I do out of 5, and then we just give it like a letter grade. So that's what we'll be doing with that. September 1st, don't forget after that date, everything will resume with our weekly webcam series, which is known as WWS for short, as the acronym has said. We will be doing the following shows. We'll be doing on Mondays. It is the Red Dwarf Mondays. Then on Tuesdays, it's the Secret of Isis Tuesdays. Then on Wednesday, it's the Greatest American Hero Wednesdays, followed by the A Team Thursdays. And then on Friday, we're still doing Star Trek films. Every one of them, yes, even the boring Kelvin ones by Jar Jar Abrams, the 3 that he did. And then we're also reviewing Galaxy Quest, which every Star Trek fandom considers the unofficial 14th film. So with Tim Allen, so that'll be fun, and Sigourney Weaver. And then also we'll be doing Star Wars films after that. That'll be in the future. And then also we are planning in October. My birthday stream on September 22nd, and then which is live stream and everything. Then on October 30th, we've got planned on doing a live stream, open panel, subscribers. We're going to be talking about 2 of the most prolific Halloween type TV series of the time that really did define Halloween in the Munsters and the Addams Family, and we'll be talking about the history, brief or the long history, but not too long. We'll just go brief parts and everything. But we'll be talking about both series and how they impacted not only future Halloween films that came out, but also how they affected society in general, and made people realize you can actually laugh at Halloween and be nice to your black cats and not, do other things to them. So basically, yeah, that's coming up October 30th. So that's something to look forward to. Please, please check it out. And don't forget to, for Moira, for the wonderful Miss Raquel, and for all channels,
Aw,
don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please share it with all your family and friends and acquaintances. And
definitely.
don't forget, hit that notification bell. Ding, 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 I always say. And make sure you
It,
hit all notifications so that you can be notified. And
indeed. Indeed.
yes,
Thank you so much, Mikey.
you're very welcome.
Also, I want to give people a shout out that were in the chat tonight. Philip Blair,
Yay!
Frosty B Rocks Insights,
Woohoo!
Yeah,
James,
yeah.
and
Heck yeah!
Sandy, welcome.
Brrr.
DJ Play Nice,
Woohoo!
Positive Candor,
Yeah!
Curtis Shelby,
Heck yeah!
This lobby.
Hannah
Yeah.
Wannabe,
Woohoo!
Yes, meow.
Lemon Pie,
Hooray!
Yeah.
and Ancient One.
Woohoo!
Thank
Yay.
you so much, guys, for being here this evening. I really appreciate you all. I couldn't do this without you guys. And with that, just a quick recap. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing or planning for next Thursday for this channel. But on my gaming channel, I will tomorrow be playing more Elder Scrolls Online, uh, which is on a Friday. I'm not sure whether if I'm going to play another game or not this weekend. Um, we'll see. But with that, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys all later. Have a good night, everybody.
Good
See
night,
ya.
everyone.
Hug bugs,
Meow,
meow.
meow.
If this is your first time being here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Raquel SSG2211. Catch you later.
Yeah!